So the big question is the UK losing Web3 firms? Are we losing talent, innovation, and capital in Web3 in the UK? And how do we retain these Web3 pioneers and bring back those who have already left and make the UK not just their choice, but their home, a place where they thrive and we grow together? And I believe the answer to this is multidimensional. Firstly, we need a revival of the entrepreneurial spirit in the UK. Innovation, growth, and prosperity demand change and courage, a shift in culture, a boldness to think differently. And we need to encourage the disruptors, the dreamers, and the pioneers of Web3, and the people who aren't afraid to experiment and push boundaries. We must also embrace bold thinking and foster a willingness to explore uncharted territories, because nothing great has ever been created or achieved, invented, or discovered without venturing into the unknown. And blockchain is no exception. So it's time to bring back this spirit of adventure in the UK. We also need fewer red tapes and more red carpets for innovators, fewer barriers and more bridges. And yes, while we must penalize bad actors, we must also reward good actors. Uh, the good ones, the people who take risks in order to create value, build trust, inspire change, and help us in growing our economy. So that's the start. The the second is trust, and this is trust is not just an ideal; it's the currency of innovation these days. And the research has shown that the trust in institutions is rapidly declining. So trust is the new oil, and it is the new economic wealth. So strengthening trust in our institutions, our markets, our policies is how we unlock the multi-trillion opportunity, productivity, and foster collaboration. The third is we must build a complete capital value chain. This is not just about access to banking services for Web3 firms. It's about creating a comprehensive, functioning, sustainable Web3 ecosystem from a pre-seed phase of venture capital to the firms making an impact. A system that rewards innovation and backs projects that deliver real value for the British economy. The fourth one is regulation, and it is essential that we get this right. Over regulation, excessive taxations, bureaucracy, over caution can stifle business potential. They drive innovation and investment away. And more regulation isn't always the best regulation. Sometimes we don't need new restrictive laws. Europe's MiCA is an example. Common sense and common law sometimes suffice, as we have seen already with the UK's Law Commission's proposals to use existing common laws to govern and treat crypto assets. So sometimes we don't need an overhaul, we just need clarity and pragmatism. The fifth one is talent, skills, and workforce planning, and this is an important one. Blockchain and Web3 skills are among the most in demand and skills in the global economy. And if we don't nurture these skills, if we don't invest in them, if we don't retain talent, they will go elsewhere. and with it, our potential for growth. We need to fuel optimism in blockchain businesses in the UK and incentivize bold hiring in Web3. We must make the UK a magnet for Web3 talent, a global hub that says this is the place to build. And finally, we need to build on the already laid excellent foundations in the UK. We have the world's first Center for Evidence-Based Blockchain. We have our National Blockchain Roadmap. We have the world's first peer-reviewed journal on blockchain. We have been hosting world-class international scientific conferences in blockchain. We have policymakers that have a keen interest in blockchain and Web3 technologies. So we have done the excellent groundwork over the last 10 years or so. So it's time to build on it. Evidence-based frameworks, public-private partnerships, and Web3 innovation networks are the way forward. So to conclude, we need a Great Britain that is also a smart Britain. This is not just about catching up, it's about leading, and the global race for Web3 dominance is on, and the UK cannot afford to hesitate. We must think and act globally, act decisively, and move fearlessly. Um, so let's not just ask how do we stop this capital and brain drain from the UK, but how do we make UK the go-to destination for Web3, a place where Web3 entrepreneurs, innovators, and movers and shakers want to be? Because when we do that, we are not just growing an industry, we are turbocharging our economy and building the future of our nation. Thank you for listening.